Hello and welcome to another edition of News Showcase. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Officials from the federal government visited Tuticorin in Tamil Nadu state to assess the losses caused by flooding. The team headed by an official from the National Disaster Management Committee will send its report after surveying damages in the 4 southern districts. On Tuesday, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin held talks with Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Delhi to seek federal assistance to carry out repairs and restore normal services in the state. Reports said he requested rupees 2,000 crores in emergency aid and to treat the devastation as a national disaster. 4 districts were badly hit by the unprecedented rains, which knocked out transport systems, power lines, and affected the livelihood of thousands of people. Reports say minimal train services have been restored at the Tirunelveli junction after flooding submerged tracks. The railhead connects the far south of Tamil Nadu with the rest of state. Reports quoting the rail authorities said services will be stepped up gradually before all scheduled services are restored. Takeoffs and landings also resumed after 3 days of disruption at the Tuticorin airport, which operates direct flights to the state capital Chennai. Flooding crippled the airport's only active runway, where small narrow-body aircraft operate daily services. Pilgrims stranded at Tiruchendur after visiting the temple there were also evacuated and sent to their destinations on board buses operated by the state-run bus company. Reports in the media say Tamil Nadu governor has demanded the sacking of Higher Education Minister Ponmudi after the Madras High set aside his acquittal by a trial court in a corruption case. The High Court directed the minister and his wife to appear before it on Thursday. Ponmudi is accused of acquiring assets worth 1.36 crore rupees when he was a minister in the previous government run by the DMK. Reports quoting a DMK spokesman said the minister could now lose his seat in the legislature and his job. But he also said there are options in the Supreme Court. Reports say the Supreme Court has already dismissed an appeal by the minister. The World Health Organization has classified the JN1 coronavirus strain as a variant of interest, but said it did not pose much threat to public health. The UN body said, based on available evidence, the threat from JN1 is currently evaluated as low. Cases have been reported in Tamil Nadu in the past weeks, after it first emerged in Kerala. The U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention said JN1 was first detected in the U.S. in September and makes up about an estimated 29% of cases in the country as of December 1st week. Last week, China also detected 7 infections of the subvariant. The World Health Organization has said that all existing COVID-19 vacancies can resist the new variant. Doctors at SIMS Hospital in Chennai successfully performed a complex surgery to remove a shrapnel from a child's eye. A team of surgeons led by Dr. Suresh Babu performed the surgery for nearly 2 hours to save the 4-year-old's eye. The young patient belongs to a farming family from Uttar Pradesh. Dr. Babu, who heads the Institute of Neuroscience, was joined by neurosurgeon and senior consultant Vishwaraj to perform the surgery. Dr. Babu met the media and said he decided on the complex surgery as it was the only option to save the patient. The Congress party's Sonia Gandhi has described the mass suspension of lawmakers from Parliament as strangulation of democracy. Gandhi told the party's parliamentary meeting that the opposition's demand for a statement in Parliament on the security breach was perfectly reasonable and legitimate. She described the government's response as arrogance. She also described the incident when protesters released smoke from canisters in the Parliament's lower chamber on December 13th as extraordinary. Police in Delhi are probing the stunning incident after making 6 arrests so far. Initial reports said the 4 protesters had planned the break-in for months and traveled to various locations in India. India's Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar has said he informed Prime Minister Narendra Modi about the video of a Tirunamul MP imitating his gestures in Parliament. He said the Prime Minister expressed pain over the incident and told him that he has been at the receiving end of such insults for 20 years. Soon after the video hit social media, Dhankhar said it was a shameful personal attack. After mass suspension of lawmakers from Parliament, Tirunamul Congress MP Kalyan Banerjee imitated Dhankhar and the Congress party's Rahul Gandhi filmed it on his mobile phone. Over 100 lawmakers were suspended after they demanded a statement in the lower house on the security breach at Parliament last week. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has made his first public comments after the US charged an Indian national for plotting to kill a Sikh man on American soil. Modi told the Financial Times that if a citizen of India has done anything good or bad, we will look into it. He also said that a few incidents should not derail ties between the two largest economies and democracies of the world. Indian citizen Nikhil Gupta was seized by law enforcement in the Czech Republic after he was charged with trying to hire a hitman to assassinate Khalistan sympathizer Gurpatwant Singh Panin in New York. Reports also linked Gupta to the killing of a Sikh in Canada, which triggered a diplomatic row between the two countries in September. Police in Delhi said 4 suspects were interrogated and let off for their role in the deepfake videos of actor Rashmika Mandanna, which surfaced on social media in November. Information reportedly provided by Meta, which owns Facebook and Instagram, led police to the suspects. They were let off as their role was limited to uploading the images, and they were not creators of the deepfakes. Reports said the videos were uploaded from fake accounts on internet lines on the Virtual Private Network or VPN. Deepfakes of Mandana was followed by similar morphed images of several actresses, prompting the Indian government to draft strict laws to punish the creators. The top court in the U.S. state of Colorado has ruled that Donald Trump cannot run for president next year in the state and cited a constitutional clause. The court ruled 4-3 that Trump was not an eligible candidate because he had engaged in an insurrection at the U.S. Capitol riot nearly 3 years ago. The Trump campaign said the decision was anti-democratic and vowed to appeal. Attempts to disqualify Trump from the ballot in New Hampshire, Minnesota, and Michigan have failed. Tuesday's decision has been placed on hold pending appeal until next month. The ruling only applies to Colorado's primary election on 5th of March, when Republican voters will choose their preferred candidate for president. Last-minute negotiations have delayed a UN vote on a draft resolution calling for a ceasefire in Gaza. Wrangles over the wording of the Security Council resolution, reportedly to avoid another veto by the U.S., mean the vote has moved to Wednesday. Increased pressure for a suspension of fighting between Israel and Hamas comes as the leader of Hamas is expected to travel to Egypt for talks. Media reports said Ismail Haniyeh is due in Cairo on Wednesday. The Israeli government is under growing international pressure to agree to a ceasefire. Egypt and Qatar helped broker a truce in November that led to a week-long ceasefire and the release of some 100 hostages captured by Hamas in exchange for hundreds of Palestinians being held in Israeli jails. Just weeks before the invasion of Ukraine enters the third year, President Volodymyr Zelensky has said the war effort needs the mobilization of 500,000 extra people. He told a news conference in Kyiv that commanders have sought the massive mobilization, which is a sensitive and costly issue. Zelensky pointed out that 500,000 soldiers were already on the battlefield. Ukraine is also facing an ammunition shortage as it continues to fight occupying Russian forces. As Zelensky fights the Russian invasion on one hand, on the other hand, he is fighting hard to get crucial US and EU aid to defend his nation. Russian President Vladimir Putin said this week that Moscow would continue its invasion until all its goals are achieved. Just days before Christmas, the U.S. space agency NASA has shared a stunning image resembling a Christmas tree in space. It described the image as a shot of a cluster of young stars in the Milky Way galaxy, about 2,500 light-years from Earth. It said in a post on social media that some of the stars in the cluster are small and some are large, ranging from 1/10 to 7 times the mass of the Sun. NASA said the Christmas tree image has been enhanced through image rotation and color choices. The cluster, known to astronomers as NGC 2264, was captured by deep space telescopes. The Indian Premier League team, Punjab Kings, hit the headlines for breaking all records for carelessness when it bought the wrong player at the auction in Dubai for the IPL 2024 tournament. The player at the center of the confusion was uncapped Indian Shashank Singh, who was not the one it wanted to buy. As the team realized the blunder, it tried to raise the matter with the auctioneer, but it was too late. The player, despite being bought, is not likely to be happy. All franchises do their homework before reaching the auction room on which players they need to buy, including those famous and the lesser-known ones. Thank you for watching. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Do tune in, same time tomorrow, for a roundup of the latest news and updates in India and around the world.